I'm Lauren Green, and this is Bias Bash. Buzzfeed recently made the decision to publish an unverified report that Russia possessed compromising personal and financial information on President-elect Donald Trump. While publishing unverified information is always risky, the outlet made clear the report was unverified. However, many media outlets have still chosen to go after Buzzfeed following their decision to publish the 35-page dossier. Is the media wrong to blame Buzzfeed for this decision? Joining us now with his thoughts, senior Washington correspondent for Talk Media News, Justin Duckham. Welcome, Justin.
Hey, great to be here.
So was it wrong or was it a good decision?
I think it was a good decision, but a very hard one. I think, this was obviously something that they had to put a lot of thought into. Once they did arrive on that, however, they went through probably the most responsible actions possible that they could have taken for something like this. They pointed out that this wasn't verified. They did the yeoman's work and found a couple of errors that they put out there to kind of further stress that this was something that you have to take with a grain of salt. They had a number of reporters sharing the byline for that story, one of whom won the Pulitzer Prize. So I think that this was hard. The media should not be kind of second-guessing their own editorial judgment in this instance, and ultimately it was one that was done fairly responsibly in the grand scheme of things. Despite
being done fairly responsibly, like you say, what would be the purpose, though, in releasing a dossier like that to the public, regardless of the disclaimers? Because there will be many people who will just take it at face value, mainly because it's in a reputable journal, blog.
Well, and the blog stressed, the site stressed very clearly that this was something that they were not weighing in one way or another on in terms of its veracity. But, ultimately this was something that a lot of people had some interest in. We obviously knew that the intelligence community had believed that this was reputable, at least to a certain extent, to include them in the intelligence reports that were given to the president and the president-elect. And even viewing this from sort of another perspective, from a conservative lens, we have Donald Trump accusing the intelligence community of being against him, saying that they're trying to sabotage his presidency. And this kind of gives some insight. If this is something that the intelligence community is deeming real, and if viewers view it as something that is just kind of wacky and outrageous on the face of it, that tells a lot about how the intelligence community is operating as well. So I think there was a lot of public interest that goes in behind this.
Yeah, I know there's a lot of public interest, but I'm not sure if the public is that discerning. One of the issues is, do they run the danger, like Buzzfeed runs the danger, of playing into the hands whoever released the dossier, whoever created it? I mean, knowing that, it's not true, but we know the media will run with it and will have an impact regardless.
I mean, that's something that you kind of fall into when you come to any sort of unverifiable thing, even if it is something that has a lot of news judgment. And there's been instances in the past where we've seen, a lot less sort of responsibility when it comes to the media than we saw in this instance. Obviously the decision to publish the WikiLeaks documents were one that were, a little bit questionable, that could have fueled some more criminal activity, that could have, given some people some information that was out of context. We obviously saw the fake news stories taking off from there. So ultimately it comes down to each media outlet's editorial team to decide if it's worthy. In this situation they did, and at a time where we have, an administration that's coming in and being very hostile to media outlets, it just does not help to, kind of contribute to that pile-on.
Right. Well, very interesting stuff. All right. Thank you so much, Justin.
Thank you.
And to hear more media analysis on the week's top headlines, catch Media Buzz with Howard Kurtz Sunday at 11 a.m. Eastern and again at 5 p.m. Eastern on the Fox News Channel. I'm Lauren Green, and thanks for watching.